This is a 20-minute full body machine workout that is beginner friendly. I will show you an example run of the workout, as well as explain why this works and how to do it. All the exercises are done with common gym machines that use a weight stack, which allows for easy adjustment and thus a quick session. This workout has three main purposes. First, it's a simple and effective way to ease into training for a complete beginner. Secondly, it's an extremely time-efficient way to get a workout in if you're in a rush. And thirdly, it's a good way to maintain muscle and strength even for more experienced lifters during busy periods of life. Now, especially as a beginner, you can get very good results by only investing 20 minutes into working out 2 to 3 times per week if you do it with high enough effort and heavy resistance. Because of the law of diminishing returns, investing just 1 hour into working out every week gets you most of the results you would get by investing several hours, despite the several-fold difference in time and effort. However, it is better to split this 1 hour up into several shorter sessions rather than just a single 1 hour long session, because muscle growth is only stimulated for 24 to 72 hours after a workout, no matter how long and difficult the session was. Now, these are the 6 movements we're going to perform, which collectively work every major muscle group in the body, while also sufficiently stimulating the smaller ones. Each movement will be done for only 1 set, but I want you to go all out and only stop once you feel like you can't perform a single additional repetition. However, you should always focus on having good technique. If you can't perform another rep without swinging or twisting your body, then the set is over. As for the weight, pick something you think you can do for around 10 to 20 reps. Lower reps with heavier weight can be tougher on the joints and they require more warm-up time, while higher reps with lighter weights usually just ends up being a psychological pain tolerance battle with no added benefit. Don't stress too much about finding the exact right weight your first couple workouts. You will get a feel for it after a few of these sessions. The important thing is that you put in a solid effort with whatever weight you end up picking. Because we're using machines on only moderate weights, just 1 easy warm-up set is enough for each exercise, unless you really feel like you need more. The order of the exercises on this routine is ultimately arbitrary. If a particular machine is taken, just go to one that is free first. Lastly, you should rest long enough between exercises that your lungs aren't the limiting factor. 2 to 3 minutes is usually good. Now here's an example run of the workout. First, the leg press machine. You should adjust the bench as low as it goes so that you can have more range of motion and thus involve more muscle mass in the movement. Place your feet about shoulder width apart with your toes pointing slightly out. After an easy warm-up set, pick a weight that you think you can do for 10 to 20 reps and then perform your all-out set. It is okay if you get more or less than that, just adjust the weight the next time. And the same goes for all exercises afterwards. The leg press works your quads, glutes and a little bit of calves. This is the toughest exercise of the workout, involving the most muscle mass, and because of that, I like to prioritize it and get it out of the way first. The stack-loaded one is the quickest and simplest to use, but if you want to use a conventional plate-loaded leg press instead, that is completely fine. Next up, the leg curl. Place the foot pad so that it's at your ankle level. The leg curl works your hamstrings and to an extent your calves. This can be done seated or lying down, depending on what kind of a machine your gym has or whichever one is free at the time. Both do virtually the same job. Once you feel like you can't curl the foot pad all the way back anymore, the set is over. Now it's time for the chest press. This can be done on a seated machine where you push the handles away from you, or on a machine that emulates the bench press where you lie down on your back and push the handles upwards. Both are equally fine. Try to squeeze and keep your shoulder blades tightly together throughout the movement. This is done so that you stay tighter against the bench for better force output and so that your chest can do the work more efficiently. Come all the way back to feel a stretch in your chest and then all the way up to lock out every rep. This exercise mainly works your pecs, triceps and anterior deltoids. After this, move on to shoulder press. Come all the way down until the handles are just above your shoulders and all the way up to lock out every rep. The seat may have to be adjusted depending on your height. Unlike the chest press, your shoulder blades should move freely on this exercise. A common misconception when pressing weights overhead is to lock your shoulder blades together like you would on a bench press or a chest press. But this is a shoulder press where your shoulders are supposed to move and get stronger. In addition to your shoulders, this exercise works your triceps, serratus anterior and trapezius muscles. Next, the seated cable row. This is an effective and easily adjustable back exercise due to having a weight stack, and virtually every gym has one of these. I recommend using the V-bar attachment because it feels the most natural for most people. When doing the exercise, don't swing the weight with your body. A little bit is okay, but try to keep your body still. Also, imagine that you're pulling the weight back with your elbows. This engages your back more and is more efficient. The seated cable row works your lats, trapezius muscles, rhomboids, rear deltoids and a little bit of biceps and forearms. And finally, the pull down. The straight bar attachment is the standard one for this exercise, and a grip that's slightly wider than your shoulder width works well. Arch your upper back by trying to keep your chest as high as you can. Then pull the weight down to your collarbone area while trying to tuck your elbows in. This helps move them straight down and up in a vertical path. Just like on the seated cable row, lead with your elbows when pulling the weight down. The pull down mainly works your lats, biceps, forearms, and a little bit of rear deltoids and trapezius muscles. And that is the workout. This whole thing will take you about 15 to 20 minutes depending on your rest periods and your warm-ups, and you might get really sore from your first session, but you will get a little bit less sore every time after that, until you might not get sore at all anymore. You will still keep improving for a long time because muscle soreness is only a direct indicator of muscle damage, not really muscle growth. You just have to make sure that you increase the weight every time you get stronger so that you maintain proper stimulus and ensure that continued progress can occur. Now, if you eventually want to train more or try new exercises, that is completely fine. The purpose of this routine is to be simple and to get you started. I wish you good results. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.